All right, hello South Texas. Hope your day is going well here. Happy Friday. We've made it to the end of the week, and it's going to be a hot weekend ahead of us. Temperatures are expected to really rise. Be ready for it. Thankfully, though, not so much in the way of rainfall. We may say thankfully now, just because it's been such a wet month already, but we may not be saying that here in the next couple of weeks. You know, we're moving into a drier period of the year. Usually, July is also a drier period, but we managed to get a little bit more rainfall. But August, you know, typically is drier and hotter. So get ready for the big heat. Get ready for drier conditions. That's at least what the forecast is showing, and you'll see that in just a moment. But first of all, let's take a look at what we have as far as allergens in the air today. Molds at a heavy level, pigweed at a light level. We also have a little bit of Saharan dust in the air. That's what's been hindering tropical development. The whole reason why we haven't had any tropical systems these last couple of weeks, it's been pretty quiet out there in the Atlantic, while things have been pretty active in the Pacific. Here's our time lapse from the Calaveras Lake Tower Cam. You notice as we made our way throughout this morning, it was beautiful out there. We did have a little bit of cloud cover try to pass through, and then we were left with mostly clear to partly cloudy sky as we headed throughout this morning. You see just those few cumulus passing clouds, and we still have about a partly cloudy sky out there to mostly clear, depending on where you're at. The airport showing more of a partly cloudy sky, but looking out for the Morgan's Wonderland camp camera, you see a mostly sunny sky. Jessica saying hello and good morning to everybody. Jessica, hope you're doing well today. Remember to leave us a comment if you're joining us on Facebook. Of course, we're live on YouTube, Facebook, as well as the KENS 5 app and KENS5.com. But if you're joining us on Facebook, we'd love to answer some of your questions if you have any to share with us. So here's what we have as far as the radar is concerned. We do have some shower activity along parts of the coastal plains. Nothing too serious down towards Goliad County, seeing a little bit of shower activity, maybe a few rumbles of thunder here and there. And we will have about a 10% chance for rain today. That's going to be mainly for the coastal plains. So areas down towards this region, closer on towards Corpus Christi, may see a little bit of stray shower activity here and there, but that's about it. A majority of us make it through today without a drop of rain. Looking out across the entire state of Texas, you see a lot of sunshine. High pressure is in control of our weather pattern. That's why we are drier. Let's see here. I see one question coming in right now on our Facebook saying, I'm supposed to be going up to Green tomorrow to the river. How's the rain looking? Should be fine. Danielle, you are going to do just fine up there on the river. It is going to be very hot, though. Drink plenty of water. Overpack the water you need. And make sure that you bring plenty of sunscreen, too. You are going to need it. We're going to have a lot of sunshine. UV index should be extreme. Make sure you lather up that sunscreen, protect your skin from the sun's damaging rays, but have a lot of fun up there because it should be a lot of fun up there in Green if you're going to be hanging out there along the river. So you should still go, Danielle. Have a blast up there. Looking to enjoy the weekend, how does the sun look? I see another question coming. I'm trying to get to it, but a few other questions are coming in. How does the sun look this weekend? A lot of sunshine, Jessica. Should be a beautiful weekend. How's the weather in Pleasanton tomorrow? It is going to be very hot. Temperatures are going to be into the 90s. It's going to feel more like the triple digits, though, because of the heat index values. And, of course, we're going to talk more about that in just a second. Vera says, what is driving the cooler than average weather to the southern states, but above average temps for the northwest states? Well, that has actually kind of flipped a little bit. And we're going to talk about that in a second. I'm going to answer that question in just a moment. Let's go ahead and jump into the forecast, and I will answer that question for you. So temperatures out there in the 80s pretty much all across the region. 79 though in Eagle Pass. Still a little bit cool out there for the Sensor Needs in Maverick County. 2 points into 60s to 70s. So with that much humidity, it of course feels hotter than what it actually is. Feeling more like the lower to mid 90s across much of the region. Feeling like the triple digits already in Victoria and Port Lavaca. That will be the story this afternoon too. Pretty much everybody's going to be feeling like they're in the triple digits. It's hot, very humid, very uncomfortable. Make sure that you drink plenty. Be working outside. If you can, get that outdoor work done as early as possible. 96 in San Antonio for today is what we're expecting. You see some areas south of Highway 90 could get even hotter. Going to be very hot out there. Lots of sunshine, though. Again, mostly sunny for today and similar for Saturday. Starting off the day on Saturday, mostly clear, temperatures in the 70s. Moving into the afternoon, you see all that sunshine and temperatures into the 90s. Again, maybe a stray shower in the coastal plains, but not expecting any issues for that I-35 corridor or anywhere near San Antonio. We make our way into Sunday, starting off the day with temperatures in the 70s, and yes, temperatures will rise into the 90s for the afternoon. A lot of sunshine. So what is the driving factor? I told you I was going to get to this answer. The big driving factor has been this area of high pressure that has been really kind of more located over the western half of the United States as we've made our way throughout the month of July. I'm going to show you something here. Once this is done passing through, you see this gets us all the way through Tuesday. I want you to notice this ridge. I'm actually going to run this back, and this trough over the east part of the United States. This big ridge set up over the western half of the United States, think of that like a dome of hot air. And it is typically over the central part of the United States or the eastern part of the United States this time of year. Well, I will say it will also impact the western half of the United States this time of year too, but it's not typically this pronounced to the west. And that is why they have had record-breaking heat out there. Now, over the next few days, you may notice that it's a little hotter here, too, in South Texas. This is the reason why. Let me put a pause point here real quick so I can erase this. But you see this big area of orangish red that's stretched across the U.S. That is that dome of high pressure that is bringing on the hotter conditions here across South Texas, and that is why it is hotter here over this next week. So that's kind of the answer to your question. If you have any more about this big heat, I'm happy to answer them, but that's pretty much the driving factor right there is this dome of high pressure that is kind of set up over the western half of the United States and just sat there for the month of July. With that, because we have been excluded from that for the most part, we have had a pretty wet July. We've had well above average rainfall for the month. And it looks like over the next 7 days, we are going to see more around average to even below average rainfall. About a half of an inch of rain or less for just about everybody, with the exception of a couple spots in the hill country, maybe up to Kerrville, maybe up to Fredericksburg. But you see the coastal plains could pick up this next week less than a quarter of an inch. Now, we're not hurting for rainfall. You notice that we have abnormally dry conditions in parts of Kerr and Gillespie County, far western Gillespie County, kind of closer on towards Harbor. Notice Val Verde County, Kinney County, and Edwards County, portions of the counties in the abnormally dry conditions. And you see it down towards Maverick County. but that's not abnormally dry conditions, so no big issues there. We have actually almost shaken off the drought in the entire state of Texas. We still have a little bit of a moderate drought closer on to Del City there in far west Texas, and also down towards Big Bend National Park. We have a moderate drought, but that's about it. Everybody else is either completely out of the drought or is just in abnormally dry conditions. As far as the aquifer is concerned, 666.6 feet right now, so no big issues there. It has fallen about a foot, though, just under a foot in the last 24 hours. The 10-day average at 669.2 feet, so no big issues there, but it will be falling likely over this next week with less rainfall expected. Again, we're ahead for the month of July, inches of rain. We will finish up this month above average fall. Let's hope we can have similar conditions for August just because we really do need this rain. Remember, 2019 and 2020 were both more 10 inches behind average. We needed that rainfall. That's fallen so far this year, and you see that for 2021, we are doing good, just under 22 inches for the year so far, which that means if we make it all the way to the mid-September, without another drop of rain, we'll still be ahead for the year. Here's what July's been like as far as temperatures are concerned. 95 on July 3rd was the only day we had above average temperatures. You may be saying, well, what about yesterday? We hit 95 yesterday. Well, the average, remember, it changes depending on what time of the year you're in. On July 3rd, our average high is 94 degrees. Throughout the middle of the month, our average high is 95. And at this point of the month, our average high is 96. So we were 1 degree below average at 95 degrees there just yesterday. But still counts as, but I know if you were outside, you were probably saying, well, man, it's still hot out here. I'm sweating. And yeah, it was hot out there just yesterday. Let's take a look at the 7-day forecast now, what everyone's been waiting for. This weekend looking like it'll be hot and dry. You know, temperature's going to be rising into the 90s each day. Maybe an isolated shower there, maybe for the coastal plains, but that's about it. Everybody else should be just fine. You see, as we head from Monday through Thursday, going to be a 10 to 30% chance there. 10% chance on Monday. Tuesday and Wednesday bringing a few isolated showers, and then we have similar conditions by the time we head into Thursday with just a slight chance for rain. The 8 to 14-day outlook showing abnormally dry conditions. That will continue here. So not just for this week, but from day 8 through day 14. And then you see that we also have low average temperatures for day 8 through day 14. So that should be welcomed after we have this hot week ahead of us. A below average would be just about in the lower to mid-90s this time of year. So still hot. Your Texas Gulf Coast forecast showing 80s for lows and 80s for highs in some spots, and then 90s for highs for areas closer on towards Galveston. Not too bad on the rain chances this weekend if you're headed down to the beautiful Texas coastline. And then as far as rain chances are concerned over the next 3 days across the state, you see a few scattered showers and storms for Houston there each day, maybe a couple showers and storms for our neighbors in Lubbock and Austin for Sunday, but again, our rain chances will remain fairly lower. And then finally, your Texas State Park forecast showing big heat. If you're going to be hiking at some of our beautiful state parks this weekend, please be sure to drink plenty of water. Remember, this is the state park forecast for tomorrow. It is going to be very hot. Overpack the amount of water that you think you need. So guys, I'll leave you all with a look at temperatures. Again, hot out there. We're going to continue to tweak the forecast here ahead of the noon newscast. Be sure to tune in to KENS 5 at noon today for the latest update. I'll be filling in for meteorologist Stacia Wilson today, and then Weather Chief Bill Taylor will be in at 4, 5, 6, and 10 this evening. I hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful weekend, and we'll, of course, continue to keep you updated on everything right here at KENS 5.